Ladies and gentlemen, viewers around the world, welcome. Tonight, the air is charged with excitement. The lights are low, the hearts are high, and the stage, though simple, is a vision of grace and beauty, whispering the promise of a night to remember.
I think Cristiano Ronaldo would be impressed that such an inspirational and detailed book about him has been written by this middle-aged and multi-talented African who used to play football for London Colney FC in the city of St. Albans from 1986 to 1992.
That explains the connection. Being a past student of Nicholas Breakspere School and Takoradi Technical University, you will definitely see some class tonight.
He is taught in two of the top private schools in the twin city of Sekondi Takoradi, Chapel Hill School and St. Peter's International School. Currently, he's a church musician, worship leader, owner of a piano academy, and author.
How colorful is it to have lived such a life and embarked on such a journey? He's definitely going to bring class, elegance, and an exotic taste to tonight's event.
An event that promises eloquence, music, sports, literature, and entertainment.
Oh yes, and just when you thought it couldn't get any better. Look who's stepping onto this elegant stage, radiating confidence, charisma, and class.
She's not just a host, she is a force, a fire, a vision in motion.
Take a moment to drink it in. Wendy Mina is in the building.
And stunning doesn't even begin to describe how she looks tonight in that unforgettable outfit.
She's here to guide you, to thrill you, and yes, to surprise you.
Whether you're seated in this room or tuning in from across the globe, fasten your seatbelts. And oh, we see you, online family. This show was made with you in mind, and trust us, you'll want to stay until the very last second.
There are moments coming that no one expects, and memories waiting to be made. Tonight, we're also honored by the graceful presence of a remarkable woman.
A pillar of love and strength, Mrs. Dora Banson, the elegant wife of the author himself. Madame, we salute you.
Take a deep breath. Feel the energy. This is more than an event. This is an experience.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, the incomparable Wendy Mina.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching us from. Welcome to the official launch of Mastering the Game by A.L. Banson. My name is Wendy Mina, and it's a privilege to be here today for this awesome event. This is a day we have all been waiting for, and I know you are in tune, ready for more surprises. Now, the atmosphere is charged. The energy is unmatched. Welcome once again to the official virtual book launch of Mastering the Game. It's a key book about building resilience, about dominance, based on the life of our own Cristiano Ronaldo, CR7. I will say this is a book which is necessary for such a time. Being a fan and a follower is not enough, but this book is about what you need to know to play the game of life, just as Ronaldo has mastered. So what are we expecting tonight? Tonight we're expecting a whole event packed with music, packed with messages, more messages of building, of setting goals, of knowing about the author. And I believe you can't wait to know who is behind this great and wonderful book, Mastering the Game. I would like to once again welcome all our audience, wherever you're watching us from. Welcome once again, and let us know in the comments where you are watching us from. We cannot wait to give you a hi and welcome you once again. Like I said, get seated, get ready for a wonderful event packed with more surprises, great moments, memorable moments that you know that you're in for. Thank you once again. My name is Wendy Mina, and welcome to Mastering the Game.
What if the difference between your doubts and your destiny was just one mindset away? He faced ridicule. He trained like a warrior. He rose like a legend. From the heart of struggle to the pinnacle of success comes a book that dares you to rewrite your story. This is your moment. This is mastering the game. The breakthrough is here. The cover reveal begins now.
So, we will go right ahead to introduce the author of this great book. So, with a round of applause, let's welcome the author, Mr. A.L. Benson.
If you've ever been told you're not enough, get ready to dominate. Mastering the Game is more than a book. It's a battle plan for dreamers, believers, and achievers, inspired by the relentless spirit of Cristiano Ronaldo. Every chapter fuels your hunger. Every word crushes your doubt. Every page pulls you toward your best self. Mastering the Game. This book was written for you.
Welcome, Mr. A.L. Benson. I love the atmosphere. I love the energy. Of course, football is one match.
Absolutely.
Which is full of energy.
Absolutely.
And there is no way that we would have an event like this and the atmosphere will not be charged. So welcome to the stage, and please tell us the inspiration behind Mastering the Game.
Okay, so last year, 2024, I wrote a number of books, about 6 books, and I published them all in 2024. Immediately after writing those books back in June, I asked myself a question. The question was, if you were to write only one book in your whole life that will sell over 300 million copies and change millions of lives, what would you have to write about? Or who would you have to write about?
Wow.
That is what got me thinking. And I thought and pondered, and many topics and individuals came to mind.
Okay.
But when Cristiano Ronaldo came to mind, they were like this vibe. And I said, no, this has to be it.
Okay. So why Cristiano Ronaldo? Well, how did the vibe, or how did the name Cristiano Ronaldo come to you?
Well, before him, I thought about Michael Jackson, I thought about Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, people who have achieved greatness coming from humble backgrounds.
Okay.
And when you look at Ronaldo's background and you look at where he is from, when I read that the island of Madeira is 669 miles away from mainland Portugal, and for someone to have committed himself to be so good that Portugal was talking about him as young as when he was around 10, 12 years old, I said, no, I have to write about this, because the journey is an incredible journey. And it's everybody's journey, because all of us are like in a fight, in a battle. And the resilience that he shows is an inspiration for everybody. So I wanted to bring that to life and let his fans and all those who want to know get behind or get inside the mind of Ronaldo and understand the key behind his resilience. Because he himself says that my secret weapon, or my most powerful weapon, is my mind. So my aim was to get inside his mind and bring the dark parts and the bright parts and the deepest parts of his mind to the public.
Okay, that's very deep. How did you get inside his mind? Because he is nowhere near here. We are just some millions of miles away from him. How did you get into his mind?
Yeah, I'll look at 2 factors. The first factor is I watched a lot of documentaries about him. Not just watching the matches and documentaries, and then interviews, especially interviews, what he says about himself. When he's asked a question, his approach, and I was analyzing how he was answering each question. Then I was picking up the points. Okay, so if he's this, that means his thought pattern is this. If he's approaching this question this way, that means his thought pattern is this. That's number 1. Secondly, no one knows Cristiano Ronaldo more than God. no one knows Ronaldo more than God. And so I relied on the leading of the Holy Spirit to guide me, to bring even to light certain things. So there were things that I wrote that I knew that this is not from an interview or anything, but rather from a download from the Holy Spirit. There are parts of the book that when I read, and when I was writing, I was weeping when I was writing, because it's like you were behind the veil of this man's life, looking at life through his own eyes. But those things were not seen in the interview. But I think it was the Holy Ghost who gave me a peek into what this man's life and struggle and journey and success is like. And that's how I was able to put everything together.
Wow. And that also speaks about your thought process and how you analyze things, because we all watch interviews every day. I don't think I would watch an interview and think to go behind the thought process of who the interview is about. So kudos to you and getting the inclination and the motivation to put out such a great book. And we'll talk about the book very soon, but I still want to know, apart from the fact that you watch a lot of interviews, what was the lead-in towards, because you would need to sit down with him, have an interaction with him, experience him. You haven't had that firsthand. So what was the lead-in for you to get the information, the keys that you're going to talk about eventually in this book?
So the lead-in is the various components of football. That was what first I structured. When you're writing a book, you structure the content. I wanted every chapter to be a football team, training, coaches, officials, competitions, challenges. But once I had that set, the next thing was, what is Ronaldo's approach to all of these things? And it wasn't just the interviews of Ronaldo also, it was the interviews of people who played with him, people who lived in the same house with him, his mother, his father, coaches who have trained him, players who have known him and what they have said about him. And all of these gave me insight to who this person was, and all of their thoughts and their contributions were part of what led me into writing this book. Yes, and they guided me. So there were certain parts I would write, and then I would listen to what an interview where Lionel Messi was talking about Ronaldo, and I'll listen to what he's saying. Then I'll adapt the writing, because these people have played together for 9 years. They have each other's phone numbers. There are conversations they will have that the public has no clue about. So when he's making certain comments, I need to pay attention, and paying attention to these comments from other coaches, other referees, fans, critiques. They guided me in writing. So I wasn't just writing just for writing's sake. I wanted to really get something to the people that is of value, that after reading the book, you will say, my life has changed because I read this book.
Now, how was the journey of mastering the game, and how long did it take you to finally bring this book out to the public?
The journey was long and sometimes painful. When I started, I was doing about 9-10 hours, sometimes 12 hours of work a day. By the time I ended the first month, I was up to about 15-16 hours of work a day.
Wow.
And that continued from July all the way to June 6th when I finished the book.
Okay,
I started
so
the
you
book
committed 9 hours every day?
Yes, 9 hours every day, but most of the time it goes to about sometimes 15-16 hours a day, because it's like when the inspiration comes in your writing, sometimes my wife will say, are you still awake? Won't you come and sleep? And it's like you want to get what is there off your chest before you go and sleep. I'll sleep about 11 o'clock, 3 a.m. I'm back behind the laptop again, typing, and I wanted it to be an experience that I would pass on to the readers. Not just something academic, but something also emotional and memorable.
All right. Now, if you're joining us, this is the virtual launch of Mastering the Game CR7. Now, stay tuned, because the book has lots. Just as you mentioned, even the chapters are captivating. And let us know, is there any motivational person in your life or any interview that you've watched which is urged you to get to know behind, the mentality of that person? Let us know in the comments. It might not be CR7 for you, but let us know who it is for you. I will share mine with you later. Now, I want also to know that somebody who has no idea about football, who has no idea about CR7 or Cristiano Ronaldo, what inspiration do you think the person should take from mastering the game?
So the mastering the game is about mastering your life and in whatever game you are in, whether it is your work, whether it is a sport, whether it is your family, whatever game you are in. And so the lessons, even though taken from football, are applied to everyday life. So the aim is to help people rise, lead, and win on a daily basis. So the purpose of all the keys is to bring people to that point.
All right.
And that is why at the end of every chapter, I provide 3 key lessons, 3 reflective questions, and then what I call 3 key hat tricks. That is 3 things you should set yourself to do.
Okay.
So that you can move your life forward.
All right.
So you might not be a football fan, you might not even be interested in sports, but the content will help change your life.
All right. So needless to say that this is not targeted at football fanatics,
no,
or football fans or Cristiano Ronaldo fans.
Yeah.
This is a book for everyone who is ready to master the game of life.
It's even in the last chapter, I think it's chapter 16, I talk about the ultimate trophy, which is your family. The ultimate trophy is our family. When everything is done, it is our family that we really want to succeed and that we really have a bond with. And in that chapter, I talk about the 10 keys that all the parents who have raised great children have used. The Michael Jordans, the Lionel Messis, the Tiger Woods, the Federers, the Novak Djokovic, all these greats. So even that chapter talks about parenting.
Yeah.
So it's not just about sports, but there's parenting, there's finance in it, there's some law in it, there's public speaking in it, academics in it. It covers every area.
Well, I know you are an old former footballer, and there are certain perceptions about playing. Now it's changing, though. We are migrating gradually from the fact that a child can take on football as a profession. But what would you say to any parent, right now that we're talking about parenting, what would you ask or say to any parent whose child has the passion for football, but is hesitant because what would come out of that? What would you say to such a parent?
Yeah, what I would say to such a parent is, 1, encourage your child to take their academic work serious, and then encourage them to take the development of their talent in football seriously too. My footballing had a sudden shift in secondary school when I understood the mathematics topic or the mathematical topic of angles. That time, Mrs. Lane was teaching us mathematics at Nicholas Shakespeare.
Okay.
And when she taught angles and I understood how angles worked, changed the way I played the game. It changed my passing, it changed everything, because now I knew that from where I am to the next place, it's all about angles. So had I not been in school every day to learn, my mind wouldn't have shifted for it to affect my game. So if you have a child who wants to be a professional sportsman, not just a footballer, but any other sportsman, encourage them to develop that skill, but also encourage them to take the academic work seriously so that they will develop the culture of discipline and commitment to work.
Oh, that's great. I love that. Now, you mentioned Nicholas Shakespeare. Are there any mates that you would want to give a shout out to before we get to?
Yeah, Nicholas, I have a lot of mates in Nicholas Shakespeare. Let me talk about Gareth Officer. He's in New York at the moment. Craig Featherstone, one of my close friends. Michael Bailey. Some of the ladies, they've married, so the names have changed, but Claire Fitzgerald, Claire Rafferty, Claire Robb, Claire White. I know a lot of Claires.
Oh, wow.
Tracy McGeoch, Lisa Cremens, Evelyn Doherty, Neil Argent, David Bullock. He's now a headmaster at, I think, Verulam School. He's now a headmaster there. So yes, Stephen Dunn, so many of them. Michael Fian, and Nicholas Curtis. We played the trombone together in the school orchestra.
Wow.
There are so many of them.
The memory is great.
Yes, and my seniors at school, I'll talk about Mark Attisell, Chirozano, Alan Chedi, Adrian O'Connor, Jason Batoa, David George, Jason Keane. So many of them.
So many of them. Yes, I don't even think we can finish the list.
We cannot finish the list.
Well, so we are still having a chat with Mr. A.L. Benson, and this is the virtual launch of Mastering the Game. Mastering the Game is a book which is dedicated to help you master the game of life. It's a book that you and I need to build our resilience and to dominate the game of life. Now, we know you have pictures, memories, just as you've mentioned the names, and you have experiences from your days of your footballing days, of course, as well as lessons to share with us. So first, how was the experience playing football from that young age, and also some of the lessons that you learned as a footballer, a young footballer?
Yeah, the experience is very intriguing, and anyone who has played football from a young age will tell you, when you go through that process and you allow them to groom you, you just can't let it go. It becomes part of your life. You see, that discipline, that commitment to work, the resilience, never giving up, is part of your life. And I remember when we had our first training session after I was chosen for the team. It was a primary school mate, secondary school mate, Paul Wilkins, who invited me to come for the training. He said that there was a team training, they were selecting a new player, recruiting new players, so I should come and maybe play, maybe they will select me. And I went, and then they selected me. Unfortunately for him, he didn't get selected, so I think he got a bit annoyed. But he was a good friend. I thank him for having invited me, because I did not invite him. I wouldn't have even known that there was such an event. So on the first training, we spent about an hour of just passing.
Okay.
There was just a wide line, and they paired us up, and you had to pass the ball along the wide line. Once with your right foot, the person will receive pass, the next one you receive, and you pass with your left foot along the wide line. So they were just developing accuracy. They were just doing this just for an hour. One solid hour. No dribbling, no nothing, just passing, because it's a passing game. The dribbling is the flair that we add to it, but it's a passing game. And then there were times when we used to have what we call circuit training. You go to one side, you do press-ups, and you continue doing press-ups for about 2 minutes. When you hear the whistle, then you go and do something else. When they blow the whistle, then you go and do something, and this will go on for about 2 hours. So all of this builds some resilience, and you're not doing it by yourself. You are in competition with someone else. So after 2 minutes, whoever lost has to do 10 press-ups as punishment. Then you go to maybe shuttle runs, and you do shuttle runs. And at the end of the 2 minutes, whoever lost will do 10 press-ups. They'll move to the next. So it builds stamina, resilience, and a lot of fortitude in me, and especially the psychological strength to move forward, because you get to a point where you think that your body can't go any further. When you realize that you are in competition with someone else, you just push yourself to go that extra mile.
No, I know it's just right away, bro, but since you're talking about mental fortitude, I know you have a piano academy, but would you consider a football academy?
I may consider it. Yes, I think it would be good, and if I were to even start one, I think I would really merge it with football and then academics, so that I would only deal with players who are consistently in school.
All right.
So that they have something to commit themselves to. Because when I was a child, my aim was to become a professional footballer, and then when I retire, go into either IT, finance, or business.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, you will retire. So what are you going to do afterwards? So if I am to start an academy, I think I will do that.
All right. Now the lessons from your footballing day.
Well, the first lesson, the most unforgettable lesson, is the team. Not just winning the match, but how the team treats each other when we lose. It is very, very important. the team is very, very, very important. How we come together as a team.
Okay.
So I remember there were times when I bonded with players. Sometimes I was very close to Darren Gordon. Another time I'm very close to Matthew Pond. It's all about just getting to know them. Getting to know them, learning from them, they learning from me. You know, that bond, yes, is very important. That is the most important lesson I learned. Not just the winning and the losing or the trophies or whatever, but getting to know another human being. He's not in the same school as you. He's not in the same race as you. Yeah. But we come together and then we work together. And what was so beautiful about our team is that there was no racism in our team. I think it's something that the manager intentionally put in place. Because everybody that came who was a person of color was received and treated equally like everybody else. You earned your place on the team. There were no free gifts.
Yeah. All right. It's been an honor speaking with you. I know I'll come back and have another conversation with you. So, next, you have a performance for us.
Yes.
All right. Can you tell us a little bit about the performance before we get into it?
Yes, it's a piece I wrote, a musical piece I wrote back in 2011. When people were trying to, push me, you're growing, you have to get married, and you have to get married, you're growing, and that pressure that comes. So I sat down one morning after practicing on the piano. I just sat down to just write a piece of music, and it was hold on till your time.
Oh wow!
Because your time will come. It's just another season away. You don't know whether it is the 4th season or the 5th season, but it's just another season.
Yeah.
Okay. So hold on till your time. And that is what the song is. And along the line, I've also incorporated some rap into it for this current generation, so that they will also, because I love pop, I love rock, I love classical, I love rap, I love hip hop, I love different genres of music. So this one is a nice combination of a nice ballad with a rap in it.
Wow. And how quickly, before you go there, how does this song, Hold On Till Your Time? We're in a season where a lot of us faint along the way. We can't hold on. We can't wait till our breakthrough comes through. What will this song, coincidentally, this is a book also about building resilience and a book about holding on till your time. You can build resilience, but you get to a point where you start fainting and waning. So how do the book and the song, what's the connection, and how does one relate to this?
Yeah, the connection between this and the song is, one, Ronaldo had to hold on to that critical match between Man United and Sporting Lisbon. So all the time I'd been training for years, hours every day. But it was that defining moment, and he had to just keep going and hold on till that change came. And with everybody else, when you get to the point, every boxer will tell you sometimes you can't throw a punch, but all you can do is just stand on your feet. They are punching you, they are pushing you around, and life is knocking you left, right, and center. You can't punch back because you are tired, you are exhausted. All you have to do is just stay on your feet. And they always tell every champion that once you are the champion, the referees are on your side. So all you have to do is just make sure you don't go down. Stay on your feet to the final bell, and you'll be declared the winner. And so that is what I have for everyone. Hold on to your time. Stay on your feet to that final moment, and the door will open for you, just as a massive door is opening for me right now.
Now let's give a round of applause to Mr. A.L. Benson. So now we'll take a musical performance by the author. And mind you, he is a founder of a piano academy. So you have to hold on to your horses and wait to see what he has for us. The title of the song he's about to perform is Hold On Till Your Time. Just as he mentioned, it coincides so well with this book and resonates so well with the launch today. So once again, Mr. A.L. Benson.
Every day you're in a match. Against doubt, against fear, against your own limits. Champions aren't born, they're built. Don't sit on the sidelines, step into the arena. The future belongs to those who refuse to quit. Available in ebook, paperback, and hardcover. Order now.
Another season passes by before your eyes. You just cannot believe it. And all the promises you've made, they seem like lies. You just cannot accept this fate. It's been so long. All hope seems gone. You were hanging by a thread of a small faith that seems dead. Hear me now. Hold on till your time. Your time will come. It's just another season away. Hold on till your time. Your time will come. It's just another season away. Hey, hey. So many years have come and gone, have come and gone. Yet life is just the same. God works in seasons and times. Your time will come, and life won't be the same again. It's been so long. You've lost your song, and you were hanging by a thread of a small faith that seems dead. Hear me again. Hold on till your time. Your time will come. It's just another season away. Hold on till your time. Your time will come. It's just another season away. Hey, hey. When your faith is on trial and you feel you might die, just hold on to your faith, 'cause God will never fail. Hold on till your time. Your time will come. It's just another season away. Hold on till your time. Your time will come. It's just another season away. Hey, hey, away. Hey, hey. When life seems so hard and you feel that you're gonna die, don't believe what you hear, 'cause most of it is a lie. Some blessings come just at the breaking of the dawn. You don't really know what God did before you were born. To make heaven and earth, He just took 6 days. That is why you will never understand His ways. And paying for kase, nyamina kwa yemshishem. There are seasons and times, and everybody gets their share. When it's not your season, don't you live in despair. When you make the Lord God of Israel your delight, He shall navigate your steps in the path of shining light. You shall be a tree standing by the living waters. You will never waver, nor will your leaves wither. You will blossom and bloom and bear your fruit in your season. That is why you need to take your time, relax and reason. Hold on till your time will come. It's just another season away. Hold on till your time will come. It's just another season away. Hold on till your time will come. It's just another season away. Hold on till your time will come. It's just another season away. Hey, hey, away. Hey, hey.
So we promised you a program or an event full of surprises, full of wonderful memories, and I believe you enjoyed that piece. I would like Mr. A.L. Benson to join me back on stage, and this is still the virtual launch of Mastering the Game, From Doubt to Dominance. We are here to launch a book which will help you to play life at the highest level. And I know that you at home are enjoying us. Let us know right in the comments where you're watching us from and how you are enjoying this whole experience of this virtual book launch. Thank you so much for that wonderful piece. That made the evening more awesome.
Thank you.
And yes, so let's go back to Mastering the Game. The title itself. Let's deal with that. Why Mastering the Game?
Well, the first title actually of this book was Apex Predator. Apex Predator, because when you look at creatures, if you look at the introduction of the book, it talks about if Ronaldo was a great white shark or an orca. If he was in the sea, he would be a great white shark or an orca. If he was in the air, he would be an eagle. If he was in the jungle, he would be a lion or a tiger. So that's the original title, Apex Predator.
Okay.
So when I was discussing with my pastor about the title, telling him that this is the title, he said very few people would even understand the meaning of Apex Predator. So you have to really come up with a title that is easy for people to really understand.
Okay.
So upon thinking about it, I realized that no, Ronaldo has really mastered the game of football because he has played it in 5 different leagues plus the national team of Portugal.
Okay.
So let's say 6 different platforms. He's played the game, he's won trophies, he's a leading goal scorer, he's an inspiration to many. He has really mastered the game. I mean, I don't know any player who has played in 5 different leagues and in addition to the national team making 6, and has succeeded in all of those. Some have tried, but they have failed in some.
Okay.
But he has succeeded in all of them. So mastering the game would be, yes. And I added from doubts to dominance as part of it because he was doubted from the beginning. You are too skinny. He said, okay, if I'm skinny, then I can go to the gym. Every reason they gave him that he could not be a great player, he found a solution to it. You're not fast enough, okay, then I'll run with weights around my legs to build my muscles. No, you're not tall enough, or I'll work on my physique. You are not this, I'll work on that. You are not that, I'll work on that. Your left foot is not good, I'll work on it. So from doubt to dominance was inserted to talk about Ronaldo being doubted at the beginning, and now he's now dominating the game. And then for all of us, at a point in our lives, you're all doubted. Sometimes it's our parents who doubt us, sometimes it's teachers, friends, people we know, colleagues, managers, bosses, even strangers, church members, pastors. We get doubted by people. So this book is to encourage you that even if you are doubted, you can rise from a place of doubt to a place of dominance.
This is powerful. This is powerful. Now let us know in the comments what you think about what you picked out from what you just shared, and has there ever been a situation where you have been doubted, and how did you pull through? What was the motivation for you to rise through or to break through that challenge? Now, let's look at the themes of the book. It talks about building resilience. I mean, the basic is rise, lead, and win. But what are the themes that you would want to share with everyone watching us right now?
Well, a few of the themes that I would like to really highlight on is one, the coaches. We all need someone who can coach us and guide us. Now, these people may not be people we have access to readily, but there are people who have written books, they've put together materials, videos, audios that we can learn from. So whatever industry you are in, maybe you are a podcaster, there are podcasters who are ahead of you, they have millions of followers, and they are being interviewed day in, day out. They are coaches for you if you are a podcaster. They are basketball players who can be coaches by virtue of the advice they give you. In your place of work, there are people who have been in that work or that profession for years. Their life and the way they do their work can serve as a guide to you. So there are many coaches, but you need to really identify them and then humble yourself, because some of them can be very treacherous and very harsh in their training or in their approach to you. But if you are resilient, you can endure the training and learn a lot from them. That's with the coaches. Secondly, training. You developing your personal skill. This is the most important quality in teamwork. People think that the most important quality in teamwork is unity. Someone thinks is getting along with everybody else. Someone thinks is the team's vision. Actually, it is your competence in the role you play in the team. Because if you get along well with everybody, but it comes to your role and then you are flopping, they will get rid of you within time. If you keep flopping, no matter how good or nice a person you are, they will let you go. And when you are not doing well, they will recommend that you go for training, because it is an indication that someone needs to upgrade themselves. So they will tell you, go and upgrade yourself, because they want to keep you. So it's not about the niceness, it's about your competence in that area. Then finally, I'll talk about injury time, setbacks. When you go through difficulties and hardships, how you use them to come up. Or to rise again. A lot of people go through difficulties or hardships in life and they give up. But great people use setbacks to make a comeback. They use it as a setup to make a comeback. Les Brown would say a setback is a setup for a comeback. And so Ronaldo did this when he was in Spain. He had a knee injury, tendonitis. And when you have that injury, it only gets worse. Okay, you don't recover from it. Rafael Nadal had it and he was out of tennis for about 8 months. Some players had it and he had to retire from football or the sport they were in. So he had this knee injury and he committed himself to physiotherapy and training 6 hours a day on the knee. Apart from his normal training of football, 6 hours on the knee. Because he discovered that if he can build enough muscles around those areas, then his injuries will reduce. And then he changed his style of play. Instead of now more dribbles and long shots, was now more headers, more tactical positioning in the box and around the box to score. So now the lot of things that required the need to be very resilient, he reduced that and he rather strengthened his thighs, his thighs. So his aerial goals increased, his long range shots reduced, his dribbles that led to goals reduced, but his aerial goals increased by about 400%. So he used the injury time as a setback to set him up for a comeback. And when he came back, he was still scoring goals as if he had never been injured.
Wow. This is such an eye-opener, because most of the time, when life challenges us or when we go through something and you feel there is nothing, there is no comeback for you, and the ultimate, result is to quit. That is the first intention or the first plan that comes into your mind is to quit. But thank you for opening this up to us about Ronaldo. And not just about Ronaldo, I believe that it will resonate with all of us once we go through any challenge. Now, about work ethic, we've talked about the themes of the book. We'll get into the chapters in the book, which has very interesting titles. So before we get to that, let's talk about work ethic, because we are in a time when, especially the youth, we want the easy way out. We want to be a YouTube and then get the numbers and we run with it and we have money, we are rich overnight. But what would you talk about? What would you say is what contributes to the work ethics? How to build a strong work ethic, especially through mastering the game?
Well, to build a strong work ethic, especially through this book, Mastering the Game, and through any other professional who teaches on work ethics, you need to show up every day. I think it was Andrew Tate who said, if you show up every day, you will never miss your lucky day. If you show up every day, you will never miss your lucky day. And so if you show up to work, even if you are the worst worker, and you show up with the motive to work and give your best, with time, you will improve. So work ethic requires commitment. This generation, or the previous generation, was like, when you want to have an increase in salary or you want a promotion, you put in the work and build evidence that suggests or that requires that they promote you. But now it's like, give me the salary increase and then I'll show you what I can do. And instead of first, this is what I've done, therefore give me a salary increase. I remember when I was at St. Peter's, I wrote a letter to the proprietress for a salary increase. And I gave evidence of the reason why I wanted a salary increase. And then I ended with this. If you decide not to increase my salary, this will in no way affect my performance. Yours sincerely. And about a month afterwards, she actually doubled my salary.
Oh, wow.
See, so it was, I think she read and said, so this person is telling me that even if I don't choose to increase the salary, his work ethic is going to remain the same. Then they probably feel, that means it's likely someone can poach him away from this place. So let me give him what he wants before. So work ethic is very critical, very critical. And this YouTuber thing, you see, people come onto YouTube and then they build a massive following of genuine followers within a short time. But people don't look at where they came from. They already have a certain style or performance or results that they have. It could be in the world of wrestling or business or sports or whatever. And people know them for this area. So the moment they come into the social media, they already garner a following. Ronaldo just came into YouTube and then within 24 hours, I think it was 9 million followers or so. Okay. But someone that's been on YouTube for 20 years doesn't even have a million followers. It's because of where the results he produced in football. Yeah. Donald Trump went on TikTok and just said, hey, hi, I'm Donald Trump. This is my official TikTok channel. And within 24 hours, millions of people were following him because of his performance in business and then in politics. So the work ethic is something you have to build wherever you are. And as you grow in life, it gets to a point where your work ethics push you. You do little and then there's so much results because you have this backlog of evidence that suggests that you are someone who should be trusted.
I love that. We'll go back. We'll unveil the book very soon, so do not go anywhere, but we'll touch on the themes one more time. And I have these 3 themes that I want us to touch on. Discipline. Discipline. It's one key that runs through the book, one theme that runs through the book, and it's also a key that we need in our individual lives. Let's touch briefly on that.
Yeah, this discipline is the core of success. If you want to succeed, it's all about discipline. But what you need to get started is motivation, which is a reason for taking action. Some people think motivation is the feeling good. It's not the feeling good. The word motivation comes from the word motive, which means your reason. So you have a reason for doing something. And that reason causes you to take action every day. And as you take action every day, it builds discipline because that's the consistency. And so discipline is like the sun. It rises every morning. Motivation is like a bolt of lightning. It comes and then it goes. You feel like it and then tomorrow you don't feel like it. But the reason for doing something, the thing is there. So you need to build that discipline, and it's consistent action every day. It is better to be doing 10 push-ups, tomorrow 11, the next day 12, the next day 13, the next day 14, and do it over a period of 100 days than to today do 200 push-ups and then not do it again for 3 months. That consistency is what is required for discipline. And we live in a generation where people are allowed to, give up anytime they want. People participate in the competition, they don't win, and then they're given a participation trophy. And so they feel good, hey, I also got something, even though I was last. But back in the day, it was first, second, third. If you were fourth, nobody, that's it. It's over. No participation trophy. All of you, congratulations. First, second, and third. The rest of you, I'll see you later. Next year, come and try again. And we see it today in the Olympics.
Yes.
And it's those people who develop that culture of discipline and commitment to hard work and smart work. They are the ones who will rise. So you need discipline. Without it, let's take two people who are disciplined. One is disciplined, one is not disciplined. And the father teaches them how to earn $1,000 an hour. The indisciplined person will work for 1 hour a day and earn $1,000 and go to sleep. The disciplined person will say, if I can earn $1,000 an hour, why don't I work 16 hours a day and earn $16,000 a day? Because they have that culture of discipline.
Yeah. All right. Before we go right now, let's give an inspiring message about, committing to your craft. So this is a professional book, a book about profession, the football profession, we would say. But apart from that, everybody has something they're passionate about, something that they're working on. And once you're tackling discipline, what would you say that would inspire somebody to stay committed to their craft?
Everyone is born with a talent, a gift. You didn't work for it. You didn't beg for it. You were born with it. God just gave it to you as a gift. And that is the path to your wealth. It is the path to your success. It is your path to your rise. Everyone who has excelled in life has done so through the use of their gift. Whether it's Moses, David, Samson, even Goliath. He said the guy is a champion from his youth. He was committed to the craft of killing people in battle. And so my message to you is always find a way to improve yourself a little bit every day. A little bit. If you do that continuously, you will improve. You will always get better. The commitment to your craft is what turns you from an amateur into a professional. Is what turns you from an unskilled person to a skillful person. Is what turns you from someone who is obscure to someone who is prominent. The Bible says in Proverbs 22 verse 29, do you see a man or woman who is diligent in their business, in their crafts? They shall stand before kings. Look at these great people who have succeeded. It is not the educational background, it is the use of their talents. Those who are gifted and talented in education and have used that are also succeeding and prospering in that area. So commit yourself to developing your talent. Even if you're in your 40s or 50s, find your talent because it is the pathway to your wealth. Moses found his when he was 80. There was another woman called Grandma Moses. She was a painter. She discovered it when she was 75. And there are many more who discovered their talents in their old age. Some discovered it at their young age. Find the Tiger Woods at the age of 3. Just develop a love for golf. So the father bought him golf clubs. So commit yourself every single day. If it's just 1 hour a day, that's 365 hours a year. In a number of 5 or 6 years, you've crossed 10,000 hours. And that means you are internationally good. Not average, good. Then you can climb from there to a higher level. So commitment to your craft is important. Today, many people are committed to gossiping and the latest news and the latest video leaks, but very few are really committed to developing their talent. And the ones who do it are the ones who are shining.
Thank you so much, Mr. A.L. Benson, Afro Lancelot Benson. I love to mention it that way. Thank you so much for this chit chat with me. We are going straight into the book launch and introduce and unveil what we are here for. So stay tuned. We will be right back.
What if you could master your own game, just like Ronaldo? From doubts to dominance, Mastering the Game shows you how. Ready to change your life? Get your copy today. Available in ebook, paperback, and hardcover. Pre-order now on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Lulu, Apple Books, and many other global platforms. Comes out on October 7th. Mastering the Game. Get ready to dominate.
All right, so the main reason why we gathered here is to unveil the book, Mastering the Game from Doubt to Dominance. And to help us to unveil the book is none other than the ever delectable, graceful, elegant, and beautiful wife of the author, Mrs. Dora Banks. All right, so I will invite the two of you to unveil this so that we can see what the book is virtually like.
Okay.
So 3, drum roll, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Okay, so Mrs. Benson, kindly hold it up for us so that we can all see how and show it to our online audience. Let's see what we'll be getting. Look at the quality of the book. And if you can turn it around. It's so pretty. Yes, it's a wonderful book, and it has come at a time where we all need it. Thank you so much, Mrs. Benson. You can take your seat. Yes. Oof. I feel so privileged to have this in my hand right now, because this is one dream book that I have been waiting to see and to feel and to experience. So thank you so much. We have Mastering the Game from Doubt to Dominance, 16 keys from the life of Cristiano Ronaldo to help you rise, lead, and win daily. This is a must-have. And from all that we have said this evening, for all that we have said at this event, I know that you can't wait to grab your own copy. So very soon we'll put out the link for where you can purchase these books, and we know that it will be a blessing to you and yours. So I'll hand it over to the author quickly. And how do you feel?
I feel great. It's awesome. I mean, when you put so many hours of your life into something and then you finally hold it in your hand and it's complete and is this quality.
Yeah.
And I look at the quality of the books that I published last year, and then look at this one. You know, there has been a massive improvement, and that is the purpose of life, to improve. And so I'm really proud of accomplishing it. I'm also humble because the publishers are really going to push this book through the adverts to 195 plus countries, over 240,000 outlets. So that's including Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Apple Books, Kobo, digital, and then physical bookstores, online bookstores, and any place where you can get the book. I remember when they brought it to me, and I went online to look at a few sites. I saw that Amazon Brazil, Canada, India, UK. There was this book, there's this store, Better Read Than Die. Better Read Than Dead or something like that. Better Read Than Dead. Better Read Than Dead. Better be someone who has read than someone who's dead. They have it. Korea, Japan,
Oh, wow.
Saudi Arabia. I mean, these books are all available at bookshops and sites.
Okay.
So once you place your order, you can get a copy.
Right.
And as she said, when we put the links below, you can just, we'll put the link below to make it easier for you. If you want Amazon, if you want any of the other platforms, if you want the ebook, you can just download the ebook, purchase the ebook. If you want the paperback, you can purchase that one too.
Okay.
The hardback, we are working with the publishers to also get the hardback.
Okay.
That's why they brought me the sample.
All right.
And once they are done with the hardback, this is what it's going to look like. So in about a few weeks' time, we would have gone through with the deal with the hardback.
Okay.
And then that one too will be available. Because they want to make the hardback such that it will be something special that you can buy as a gift and give it to somebody. It wouldn't be just like any other book. And I'm very proud of the work that they've done.
I am so proud of you, Mr. Benson, for bringing out this book.
Thank you.
And the work and the motivation behind it is unmatched. I would say it's a privilege for me to have this acquaintance with you and to share this experience with you. So good job. Good job. Good job. I would like to read an excerpt of the book, and I would want you to pick which parts of the book you feel I should read an excerpt for people to know what we have in stock.
This portion there is, I think, page 111.
Okay.
The law of history.
All right.
I think I love that.
Okay, so this would be from the chapter. Okay, so chapter 5, officials, understanding the laws of success. But I will be reading the law of history, which is on page 111. All right, so your history is a compendium of all the good and bad decisions you have ever made. And if you forget it, you will repeat the bad decisions more often than the good. If you forget the decisions that led you to where you are right now, you will likely repeat the bad ones and not the good ones. Because without discipline, we tend to stoop to the lowest depth rather than rise to the highest height. Never forget where you are coming from and the decisions that brought you to where you now are. Remember these two quotes. Those who forget the past are doomed to repeat it, and the person who forgets their past has no future. Cristiano Ronaldo knew where he was coming from and was bent on making sure that his decisions will not send him back to that place. He wanted to only come back to where he came from, to provide value and hope for others, but not to be brought down to that level because of bad choices he made. We'll leave it just here because you need to get your own copy and read it. And I believe you'll get so much nuggets. Even the first line, your history is a compendium of all the good and bad decisions. And if we look into our lives, if we assess and give ourselves a personal audit, you will know that every single decision you have ever made has led you to where you are. If it's a bad decision, if it's a bad moment that you're in right now, it's never too late. You still have time to change those decisions and make room for the good ones. So thank you so much for a reminder that we need to do this. Well, I would personally want to find out what is the number one principle that you believe that everybody should take from this book?
Carl, every chapter and every principle is important. But if I'm to really bang on one, I would say the chapter on forms and formations.
Okay.
Especially on forms. Your form is the variety of skills and abilities you have developed that makes you a person. And your formation is your approach to life, your tactics in life. When it comes to having dreams, we all have dreams, but it is what we develop that will enable us to either fulfill the dreams or fail in fulfilling the dreams. And when we are approaching life, it is our approach, our tactics that determine whether we win or lose. Even if we lose, how we adapt will determine whether we win or lose. So I would go for your form and your formations.
Okay.
Because no matter how big your dream is, if you can set a system in place that will help you gradually rise towards it, you will eventually achieve it. But if you have a dream and there's no system in place, you fall down to your lowest habits or your easiest habits, your worst habits. So I will always put a banger on forms and formation, because for me personally, I decided I was going to work 9 to 10 hours a day on the book until it was finished. I didn't know when it was going to be finished, but I was committed to that. And by the end of the first month, I was now doing 15, 16 hours a day. So there was this form of consistently doing that number of hours of work, which means you are getting very little sleep, which means I have to now do more physical exercise so that the body can be stronger to endure and sometimes fast, go without food so that I will not feel that I need to sleep. And all of these things come together as part of the form I molded myself into and my approach to making it a reality. I didn't know I was going to finish it in less than a year. Someone told me that this is the kind of book people use 3 and 4 years to write. But I was just committed to do that number of hours a day. And I just thank God that I finished it in 12 to 13 months.
Wow, congratulations. This is the virtual book launch of Mastering the Game from Doubt to Dominance. Here is the full proof that the book is real, and it's 16 keys from the life of Cristiano Ronaldo to help you rise, lead, and win daily. And he says his favorite principle he's taken from the book. The author himself says it's chapter 6, forms and formation. And I believe that you would also, through this, build a formation or a routine for your life so that it can guide you on your path to success and on mastering the game of life. We would want to also ask that if you have any questions, if you have any comment, please don't forget to leave that behind in the comment box. All right, and also don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Mr. A.L. Benson, where can we get this book? Do you have an official website launched? Where can we get it? And also your social media platforms.
Okay, so you can go straight to my website, bansonbooks.com. bansonbooks.com, and there's a link straight to any of the platforms, Amazon and other platforms that you can purchase the book from. You can go straight to Amazon and just key in Mastering the Game, or you can also go to Barnes & Noble, or can just go to Google, Mastering the Game, A.L. Benson, to give you all the various platforms that you can go on to get the book.
And we'll do well to put all of them in the description box so that it saves you the time with just a click, and you can download the book right now for your own consumption. And remember, the launch is on today, 7th October.
Yes.
And I would want to ask, I know 7th October means something to you. So I would not end this book launch without asking what it means to you and also to the football fans of Ronaldo.
Okay. Well, 7th October was actually the first day that Ronaldo played his first match, professional match. I think back in 2002. His first professional match was 7th October. So this day, 7th October, is 23 years of Ronaldo playing professional football.
Wow.
And that is why I discovered it after I set the date, and I said, wow, this has to be has to be
by divine.
Yes. and originally, actually, when I formatted the book originally, per the settings I had done, every chapter actually began with a 7 in it. So either the first chapter began on page 7, another chapter began on page 17, 27, 47, 72. There were 7 in almost all the chapters. But then when you go to the publishers, they also have to make sure, no, this is the spacing you have to have, this is what you have to do, and so I had to adjust it. Or I also have seen a lot of 7s.
Yes, because it's CR7. What else do you expect? Yes.
And 7 is also the number of completion. 7 is the number of completion, and 10 is the number of 7 is the number of perfection. 7 is the number of perfection, and 10 is the number of completion. So we are in October. We are going to be complete. Wherever you are in the world, your marriage is going to be complete. And your success is going to be complete. Your relationship is going to be complete. And 7 is perfection. Whatever you are doing, all the years of work, God is going to open doors and you'll be perfected through that. Doors will open for you, just as God has opened doors for me. He's also going to do the same for you. Get a copy of this book, read it, study it, apply it to your life, and see it change. See it change. My desire is for you to get in touch with me and say, I read your book and it changed my life.
Oh, and we know it's eventually going to happen. But we want to thank everybody who has played a part in the successful book launch. We would not have come here without you, not have come this far without you. Would like to say thank you to the beautiful Mrs. Dora Banson, who has graced us with her presence. And of course, we'd like to thank the team behind the cameras, Emil and his team. We say thank you so much. God bless you. We'd like to say thank you also to Mr. Banson for allowing us to be part of your journey. And please follow him on all social media networks. He is on Facebook, he's on TikTok, he's on YouTube. And the name is?
So Facebook is Afobanson or Mastering the Game, CR7. And then also Mastering the Game. So I have 3 Facebook pages, Afobanson, Mastering the Game CR7, then Mastering the Game. Then on TikTok is Mastering the Game CR7, and YouTube is Mastering the Game.
Okay. And we'd like to encourage you to kindly share this video for all those who missed out on the live to also experience and enjoy the launch of Mastering the Game. Let everybody in the world know that yes, there is a book out there and it's about building resilience and getting you the 16 keys from the life of Cristiano Ronaldo to help you rise, lead, and win daily. We are in such a time that we all need this.
Ronaldo doesn't just play football, he rewrites what's possible. And you're standing one decision away from your own rewrite. Mastering the Game is not another self-help book, it's the energy shot your goals have been starving for. Inside are battle-tested strategies to turn hesitation into hunger and fear into fuel. Ordinary people settle, champions rise. Which one are you? Turn the page, take the shot, and become unstoppable. Greatness is calling. Will you answer? Available in ebook, paperback, and hardcover. Order now.
It has been a beautiful night of conversations, of music, of inspiration, of motivation, of building resilience. Thank you so much for joining us for this virtual book launch of Mastering the Game. Remember, greatness is not for the chosen few.